41, it was September 41. And the following year, after that, the draft became bigger, and they were looking for, you had to sign up either 17 or 18 to 44. They were taking it. So I had a choice. I went to the draft board. They called me. They said, you're supposed to go in the Army. If you want to leave, you can go. So I said, well, hold it up. I said, I'm going to join someone else. So I was looking for something. I wanted to be Navy or Coast Guard. And the Coast Guard was the nearest thing for me. And I went to Springfield and I signed up, and they gave me a physical and everything, and they accepted me right away. But he said, well, now you can go home. You got 3 weeks to come back, and we'll take you. You're off to go.
So, where were you living at the time?
At the time I was living at home.
What part of Connecticut?
Oh.
Were you from Connecticut at the time of the war?
Living in one of the best parts of Hartford, Connecticut, Frog Hollow. That's a joke, I think. My interviewer and myself and that. That was part of Hartford, Connecticut.
What was the atmosphere like around Frog Hollow or Hartford?
Oh, Frog Hollow.
After Pearl Harbor, did everybody like
good
you?
Neighborhood. Yeah,
Did everybody like you join up after Pearl Harbor? Was everybody like appalled and all that?
Oh yeah, we predominantly, mostly Irish, Italian, and French mostly. It was a small part of Hartford, near the center of Hartford, and they grew up. My mother, my grandfather, my grandmother were all immigrants. And there's a lot of Italian immigrants too, so that's where they settled in Hartford.
Okay. Why'd you choose the Coast Guard and the Navy? Just because it was closer? Because it was closer?
It was a big joke of being the whole gang. I checked out. In those days in the Navy, you had to carry a backpack with a hammock on it, and it was wrapped around the back of your neck. When you carried it, your sea bag and your hammock. But in the Coast Guard, when you went any place, there were sheets and pillowcases there for you. So we didn't have to carry a mattress over our shoulder.
So you chose convenience.
Convenience.
Over hard work.
Let's say I was looking for an edge all the time.
Oh, you're always looking for an edge. Tell us about your first couple days in the service, or around the service time.
Oh, I went to Manhattan Beach, which is
New York?
New York, yeah. Sheepshead Bay is what it was called.
Was it
which
right,
is part of Long Island.
Was it right on the shore?
Long Island, yeah.
Right on the shore?
Yeah. And Sheepshead Bay was the Coast Guard base, called Manhattan Beach. But they have, well, the East Coast, on the West Coast they have one too, but they sent, any guy signed here, they sent us to Sheepshead Bay. So you had to get used to orientation, let's put it that way. We were all young kids. I was 20 years old. So I had a couple of jobs here and there and all stuff. I never kept a job for over a couple of years. I didn't know what I wanted really. So it was what they say today in the world, a cop-out. It wasn't really a cop-out, but
it was just the guy, someone to guide you in your life?
Yeah. I wanted to, there was some trend there, something in my mind that I didn't want to go military police in the Army like that, but I was going to be a policeman in my younger life and all that stuff. And I figured the training I got there and all this shore duty, shore patrol stuff, it helped me. And I did become a policeman after the war.
Tell us about boot camp.
Well, boot camp. But, you know, if people don't remember this, my interviewer and these people don't remember it, but they made Jack Dempsey was a champion fighter, and Gene Tunney was a champion fighter too. So both Dempsey and Gene Tunney and Dempsey both became officers. Gene Tunney became a Navy lieutenant commander, and Dempsey became a lieutenant commander in the Coast Guard. So they ran what do you call we call it the hour of charm.
Did they influence you at all, or did they join after? Did they join after you, or were they?
No, they were in there already.
They were in there already.
They were thinking of beginning the war. And people who see this interview know when all the older people a long time ago, both of them were champs around the boxing champions, you know. And we called it Dempsey's Hour of Charm. And we had to learn how to fist fight too, just to see what we do.
So you were a boxer?
Yeah, we
Were you good at boxing?
Yeah, we had a boxing.
Coast Guard boxing?
Well, you had to do it once a week. We had the boxing part. And then we had set-ups and sit-down layups and all kinds of stuff, you know. But that was what I didn't like. I'd get up 6 o'clock in the morning and do the exercises, you know. But then eat breakfast and, well, Coast Guard wasn't, the boot camp wasn't as bad as Marines or those guys.
Did you have any friends that go in the Marines?
Right?
Did you have any friends that go in the Marines and they told you about their experiences?
That's funny. Did you ask that? Because Marine, well, one day after I signed up, I hadn't signed the Coast Guard, but I was going to go up that week and sign up. So a couple of my friends said, we're going to go to Marines. If you want to go with us, we're going to New Haven. And three of them. They said, meet us on the corner of where you live there. But I woke up in the morning and I said, no, not for me. I'm not going to be a Marine. And the two of those guys, they weren't killed, but two of those guys were wounded. One guy's leg was shot off and everything, with Iwo Jima and all that. I would have been the 5th Marines, I guess, at that time, huh? But that wasn't for me.
Do you remember any of your instructors, your higher officers, people that trained you in boot camp?
No, there's no famous people.
No, anybody in general that just stuck out to you? Like instructors, like anybody like
no, that's not the boot camp. You had drill sergeant. Well, not the Navy. Was the drill sergeant? It was your company commander. It was a company commander. But well, I think Navy too, and Coast Guard weren't drilled for field service on the ground though. We went to the range. We learned to shoot rifles, throwing, laying down, standing up, sitting, all those positions. You know. Then we learned how to shoot a sidearm. But in World War II, everybody went ashore on Liberty. When they issued a sidearm. Today it's different than the Army, the Navy, and all that. So we knew how to use all these guns. If you stood watch on a ship in the Navy or Coast Guard, you had a sidearm 45. Now 45 is a big caliber to blow people apart. So it was different. This is, what, 60 years ago. We didn't have it, you know. So I knew how to shoot a 45, but they couldn't carry one.
How'd you get through boot camp? Did you hold on to something? Did you ever want to not be in there anymore? What got you through it every day?
How did I get to boot camp?
Yeah, no. What got you through it every day? Some people they don't like being in the service. They want to wash out. But what kept you going every day?
Oh, I just kept going. So I want to get out of here. No, it was 13 weeks, I think it was. I can't remember. But I said, I got here. And then at that time, I said, look, we're short duty. At the time I got there, I'll make my mind if I can go to sea. So you had your choice in it. Well, yeah, you didn't really have a choice. If you got a boot camp right away, you won't go to sea. But they sort of picked out if you weren't ready for sea duty, they weren't sure yet. But I graduated from there, and I went home. That's my first time I went home. There was no leave when you're there. So I went home. And then I was talking to my father. My mother says, hang around as long as you can. She says, I don't want you to go. Your brother's going to go overseas. And I said, oh.
Where'd your brother go?
He went to Saipan. Over here.
South Seas.
Yeah, Saipan, speaking of him, he was there when the original thing happened at the end of the war, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He saw the I couldn't pronounce it. It took off from Tinian, and Saipan is island next to it. They were almost close to Japan, but there were islands that were controlled by the United States. And they watched it go away, and they heard all kind of stuff went on. And they saw it come back again. And then as soon as it came back, the word came out, the Japanese wanted to surrender. So that was a big thing over there, the Enola Gay.
Okay. Next, about your experience in the war. You were World War II, correct? Just for record, you were in World War II, correct, for the record?
Yeah.
Is that right? Did you have a choice of where you wanted to go after you got out of the Coast Guard, or did they send?
Well, not really. We were still what they call AS, it's AS3, apprentice seaman. That's what you are, apprentice seaman. So then, that way you make second class. I mean, you make third class seaman, the second class and first class. Huh? So you had to wait till you got second class seaman to have any choice or anything. They figured send anybody they wanted to. And I had right after I left boot camp, I went to Manhattan. Well, we had shore patrol above the East Coast and the West Coast, were all manned by the Coast Guard. At that time, this was early in the war. This was
What about the Southern Coast? Southern Coast patrolled at all?
1942. This was early in the war.
Did like the Southern Coast get patrolled at all, or is it just the East and the West Coast? Like like the Gulf of Mexico and stuff like that. It's just the East and the West Coast.
The I think I took care of that with the DEP. Oh, no, not that. Border guards. Border guards.
Okay.
We're on the other side. We carried a rifle, and we have to walk the beach, and we had a hand radio. Not that so small radios. And you had to call in. But you had it's so funny. It reminded me, after my years, I'm walking down the street one night in the winter as a police officer, and I said, here I ran a police box in those days. I said, I remember doing this in the Coast Guard. We had a box, you'd have to open it, the key, take the phone up and say, I'm here now at certain posts. Okay, and check in. You went down further. And we had to watch out for somebody coming to shore, or somebody sneaking in, or stuff like that. But it was so funny to, later on in the war, I have to mention this, later on in the war, like 1944, I think it was, a Coast Guardman in Amagansett Bay, which is north of Long Island, way at the end of Amagansett, did catch, the German sub dropped off 6 men, trained to be just regular Americans with the tie, the shirts, a whole bit, talk good English, everything. They were going to walk to the railroad station, sit there, wait for the train, thinking they were going to be spies. So when I went to Coast Guard, I caught a suspicious guy. I wasn't up that part of the country. But anyway, he was giving a commendation or stuff like that. And he helped to catch the other 2 guys who went right to the railroad station in Amagansett. They sat down, waiting for a train. They got on the train. They went, so in the meantime, when he caught this other guy, whatever happened up there, I don't know, they caught these guys on the train. So that stopped the whole thing. But also it happened during World War II. The German submarine did land and dropped 3 more guys off in the New York area, and down further in New York. And they did it, but we were very lucky. We caught them. You know, we didn't.
Did you catch New York area ones, or did you?
Yeah, they caught them too.
Did you have anything to do with that, or?
No, I missed all that. I mean, what I was doing, I was up there. When I didn't do shore patrol, I was moved to another place. I don't know, I had some pictures.
Do you have a picture of that?
I don't know, yeah, I did have some stuff here.
Show the picture of the area you were at. Do you have a picture of your boat at all?
No, of the shore patrol, the first base I was on. At the first base I was on, was a whole bunch of us there.
And you have the names of all the people on there. That's very interesting.
I'm down the front row. I was a little short guy.
Let's see if we can change.
That's the first place I was stationed.
Very interesting. November 1942. So that's like right after you. That's right after you joined, right?
Yeah.
So you just got out of boot camp basically.
In August. That's
it's like a year after you said you joined.
I was at Point Lookout Station. That's right. Yeah. It was just a radar station. We took care of the beach there. We had all these beaches up there. There was ships that came here to the United States and did damage off submarines did damage off the coast. There was some ships sank there and all that stuff, you know.
Okay. Speaking of ships, where'd you go when you were in the Coast Guard? All around the world?
Around the sea.
Like just go like your first destination to where you ended?
Yeah, but I was in not air sea rescue, but the rescue. While I was on the beach there, we were doing the rescue. We have to row the boats out, and sometimes There was no lifeguards in those days around the beaches.
So you were the
We had
lifeguard?
patrol stations, and we were like lifeguards too. We were on duty, we were on call if some civilian was trying to drown or something like that. We had to, if we rowed on boats, and that can't be good shape, but rowing on boats out there, we used to have to practice rowing every day, you know. So I get tired, and I had the choice. I wanted to go to sea duty, so later on after about a year of that stuff,
Where'd you go when you went to sea duty?
well, at first, I went to sea duty. I said, no, well, right now we're sending you to Maine. I was up to an air sea rescue beach in Rockland, Maine. And I learned a lot of stuff up there in Rockland, too. I spent the winter up there. So then we were testing air sea rescue boats and all that kind of stuff. And we're doing the same kind of work. But I got tired of this. I said, I want to go to sea, so I finally got my sea duty after that winter I spent there. I forget. In 1943 or end of 43, going to 44. I got this one is June 45. Yeah, this is a picture of a Coast Guard cutter that was being commissioned. The Mendota, USCGC Mendota.
June 1945.
I was sent down to Maryland.
Oh, Maryland.
Before, this one he was commissioned. I was sent down about 4 months before that, so I could train, and it was a great experience.
Did you like Maryland?
Well, what we did then, we trained down there. They were building the ship. These are brand new ones. They were building. It was something new. I don't know how he studied military stuff. The Coast Guard never had any kind of boats with a twin 5-inch gun, fore and aft. You know, a twin gun turret.
Yeah.
The 5-inch shell. It's a big shell. They had one in the forward, one aft. All right. And so he was testing these. Well, for 3 months I was there doing fire watch, hanging around. He was in Baltimore. It was a good deal. And finally, when the ship was ready to go, to get commissioned, we went aboard. Oh, I'm sorry. Before that, I had to go down to Gitmo, as you hear in the war today, Guantanamo Bay.
Oh.
Guantanamo Bay at this time was a training station for Navy, Coast Guard Navy with the big guns. So we were assigned to a battleship. There was a battleship to use on there. We slept on the beach, so we had barracks on the beach. But we have to go to this battleship to do our training and fire these guns, you know. It was very interesting, you know. And we had to learn all this first. And then we come back, because Coast Guard never had ship with a 5-inch 50, what's called a 5-inch 50. It's a big shell. And they blast you.
Were you in charge of one of those?
I was a trainer on one of in the gun crew, yeah.
So that was your assignment on the whole ship, or did you have other duties too?
Well, no. I was sent down with the crew down at Guantanamo Bay. And then we come back. We had well, we were ready to go to sea, you know. So it was they made me a pointer, a trainer on the gun. So at that time it was we went on what they call a shakedown cruise. When you go shakedown, it's a new ship and a shakedown.
Like war games, kind of?
No, you take the ship to see what has what's good or bad with the ship.
See where they?
All the do's and don'ts. Sometimes the wall, what you call a bulkhead. You don't call it a wall in the Navy or Coast Guard. It's a bulkhead. And then it's just no stairs. It's a ladder, and so you got to figure ladder. We fired these guns. We went out off the shore, and we had just like in a ship, a lower handling room where the guys put the shells in. There's an upper handling room where the guys find the shells. Then there's two guys, the loaders thereafter, and there's two guys in the turret, where I was in the turret. And there's a gun captain on top. It takes close to 12 or 13 men to run the gun crew.
What, were they big guns or?
No, it's just 5-inch.
Were they like on the Navy ships? Or were they big, those size guns?
Same thing in Navy. You have 2 men down below putting all the ammunition here. It goes up the thing, well, I forget they called it, and then next loader, he puts them in. The next loader, and the third loader is there, they load the ship. They load the gun itself.
So which one were you? Did you load? Were you which level of loading were you? You said there's 3 levels of loading. Were you on?
Yeah. Well, you had to work out. You had to learn all that stuff too. You had to go
So
through.
you knew everything about the gun?
I was taught everything about that. Yeah, and then ended up. That was heavy work. Those shells weighed a lot, and they used to switch us around because it was a heavy duty thing, you know.
Yeah. Which goes up to my next one. Did you guys see combat at all? When you went
I'll tell you what happened with this. We took it out, and we went down and had to get him off. We fired the guns, and he said, crack up the ship, like what we call the bulkheads would shake and everything, and it was too much firepower for the. It was a 263-foot ship, I think it was, 263 or 250, which wasn't long. You got 4. You got 2 big guns going there. You got 2 big guns going in the back, and you're shaking ship, and all things rattling, things flying off the boat, and it made some. We had to come back in. We had inspectors go out with something. It just couldn't handle firepower. So they said, you're going back to Curtis Bay, Maryland, where it was built. We're going back there, and we'll see what's up.
Did they rework the ship for you guys?
Yeah.
Or?
So we couldn't go on combat or anything because the ship didn't work that good. It was too much firepower.
Did you get another ship, or did they redo it?
Yeah. Well, what happened is we went back to Curtis Bay. So then I was hanging around. I asked for a transfer, and they said, "Okay, well, we'll give you a transfer," and they transferred me to the troop transport, which is called the name was it U.S.S. General Richardson. In World War II, the Coast Guard had most of the troop ships. They were converted ocean liners. They ones were for pleasure
like
liner.
The ships that went on like the.
They converted them. They put guns on them. They took all the inside of it out, and they made 5-step hammocks up there, and across them, 6 across and 5. We could carry 5,000 soldiers if we took them forward and back. But the soldiers had to sleep on these hammocks, 5 deep, you know.
Did that make you feel good carrying the troops?
Well, yeah, it made me feel good because I was on a crew. We had 450 in a crew, I think, and we ate good food. Now those guys had to stand in line to eat. You're feeding 5,000 soldiers.
Did they enjoy your cooking?
Well, huh?
Did they enjoy your cooking?
Well, that was after.
Oh, that was after. We'll get to that.
They first started there on the deck. So the soldiers, if you're carrying a troop of 5,000 soldiers in there, you only can feed them twice a day. So, you get up, you have breakfast. You get one guy breakfast 6:30, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, by that time, you're almost up to noon with breakfast. But then you go in the afternoon and you give them another meal for 5 and 6, and that's how it went.
So they were crowded, the ships?
You what?
The ships crowded? Were they crowded?
Yeah, well, the soldiers would come up on the deck and they hang around. They didn't have to stay down below.
Did you guys do anything on deck, like play football or?
Oh yeah, we talked to the soldiers and stuff like that, and there was all these little things went on ships like this, and the old black market in World War II was funny. You want to get stuff and you brought it ashore, and the soldiers didn't have any cigarettes for a long time, so you sold your cigarettes and all stuff like that. And they want to get sandwiches, and if you work, you get a sandwich, you sell it to the soldier. That was an awful thing to do, but you sell it to your comrades.
So that sounds like some good experiences. Anything else? Any others you remember? Anything really come out at you?
No, well, this ship first went to the Richmond. My first trip on this was going to Naples in Italy to pick up some soldiers. The war, this time the war had ended now. Just the beginning of 45, the war had ended. So now we're taking the guys home from Italy. So we bring them home, we pick them up in Naples, and we hung around Naples for a week or so. And I got liberty, I enjoyed myself. I went on some of the Italian food, some of the Italian girls, some of the Italian wine. It was good. But the Italian people were, at this time, Oh, why you
They
say
were
it?
just over the Mussolini. Did they like welcome the American troops
Yeah.
there?
Oh, they welcomed because they had nothing there. The Germans wiped them out. And they took over after, but the Italian army was a bust, and they were taking broken down Germans that they're now that the United States and England will be one, you know, because the German soldiers, I mean, the Italian soldiers just went, oh, they're gone. The Germans just saying about putting them in prison camps and all that stuff. And now the soldiers came back, the Italian soldiers, but they didn't know what to do. And the country was poor. We threw our garbage over the side in Naples, port of Naples, and there were little boats out there running there in and out trying to take stuff out of our garbage. You know, it's a shame, huh? At this time, I got tired of working. After the Naples trip, I got tired of working there. And there on the deck, I said, I want to get a transfer to the galley. I want to become a cook for the rest of my time before I got out. They said, well, okay, well, you got to be a cook striker. That's what they call them. I said, okay, so we can't give you the rate right now, third-class cook. So you work 6 on and 18 off, which was a good, nice day. So 18 hours you play cards and slept. You worked on 6.
Like illegal activities going on?
Well, no, it's
Gambling?
well, you know,
international waters, right?
you know, gambling is as old as the hills. Well, the soldiers on deck, they always had a card game. There was always a crap game or a card game, poker game. And our crew would have a poker game going. You get off watch and you go sit in a poker game. Just stay as long as you want. The same game is going on and around. You come off watch, go back to the game. You know, it's always been like that. I don't know how it is now. It must be the same.
So, do you know where else besides Italy?
No, well, because the war ended, we didn't.
Did you go anywhere before?
Well, our ship went there. We went with the Mendota. We didn't take it any place. So then the other when the Richardson I went on, we were in convoy. We had destroyers. Navy destroyers escorting us there. So my battle station on that was a 50 caliber machine gun on the deck. There's 2 guys on the 50s. They were a little outside the deck, you know. That's why he sent the cooks, because we didn't have time to get up to a big gun and do stuff like that. So they gave the cooks the 50 caliber machine guns, you know. So I'm glad nothing happened.
So, did you get any war medals, citations, anything?
Well, yeah, what I was required, yeah, what they gave me, what they gave me first time was I'm trying to say, I don't think I got a copy of anything, nothing here. Nothing here about that, I don't think. But either stuff I had, no. It was the American Theater War medal.
Can you describe that to the record? What's that medal for?
Oh boy, I got the medal someplace already. I should have took them there to show them, you know.
It's fine. We can send them in to make copies. We'll send them in. We'll take pictures of them and send them in. But do you know what each medal was? You got each medal for?
I got a copy of discharge. What's on the discharge? I have copies of that. It says what medals I received and all that. You want that to go with your?
Yeah, we'll send that with the rest of our information.
All right, yeah. We had that because that's I received 3 medals. If you didn't leave the country, American Theater War, I got that. Then I got the European, because I went to Europe. They got the European medal. Then the guy got the Pacific medal. I got European. Then you had the U.S. Victory Medal they gave out too. So I got 3 medals.
Did these make you proud?
What?
Did they make you proud?
Oh yeah. I like I said, still got the 3 medals, and you know, I got the bars to go with it. I remember the VFW for like 50 years, so I wear all the medals and stuff.
Was your family proud of you? Did you tell your father or your brother?
Oh yeah, because I had 2 brothers. One was in Saipan. My other brother was younger, and he just went in for the last year of the war, and he didn't stop. He didn't go anyplace. But they were 2 Navy guys, and I was Coast Guard. Well, my mother had 3 sailor suits around the house there. Yeah.
So she had all your pictures on the wall saying where you were, like keep track of you.
Oh yeah, they did things like that. Yeah.
So
In those days, as I said, overseas you had a thing. They put in the window a star like. I have a person overseas. Always, my mother would hang in the window. She had 3 stars on it. In the Navy, we had 3 kids in service.
yeah, that's nice.
It was pretty good, no?
So how do you keep in touch with your brothers and your parents?
Oh yeah, I wrote to my brother Bob all the time. Yeah, in Saipan, and he even says to me to this day we're talking. He'll say, "Geez, I always enjoyed your letters that we got." You know, he said your letters were always good. You know, but he stayed. I was home a lot back and forth, and my ships here they went out again. But he stayed at Saipan. He worked in the post office before he went to service. How much time, huh?
Okay.
He worked in the post office, and when he went in, they gave him a test. They said, asked him where he worked. They gave him a test, and he said, well, you want to be a postman? He said, well, I don't know, we'll make you a 3rd class. In those days, they had a rating for the postal service. So he's a 3rd class petty officer at postal. So they shipped him out. Then he made him 2nd class, and he was over. He had charge of the post office in Saipan. And Saipan was a major thing after the war. Got settled more into the war. It was a major port, I should say, for the ships. So all the soldiers come in there and tipped him. He told me one day the ship come in and my mother told there was an army guy on it, and he knew my brother. And my mother told him her son was in Saipan. So he asked for my brother, and they found the post office, and the 2 of them met, you know?
Okay.
So those are little nice stories and stuff like that. You know?
Did you talk to your brother Eddie at all? Did you keep?
Well, yeah.
Did you like send? Did you call him, or did you write him letters or anything?
Well, no, he was in a what they call a V7, was a college program. It was going to end up. They were going to be. I don't know what they were going to do, teach or what they were going to do anyway. But he had, you know, they say, but they broke up his program, so they give him a discharge. The war was over then, so they didn't want to keep him. He didn't have to stay. I guess he could have saved me one, I'm not sure. But.
So, what about your parents? Did you talk to them? Were they happy that you went to the war, or did they not want you to go to war?
Oh yeah, I think my mother was more proud of my father, because she'd tell everybody about her 3 boys are in the Navy, you know. Oh yeah.
See, did your father talk to you? Did your father?
Oh yeah, my father was. I was send telegrams all the time. Send money, you know. Send a telegram. Send me 25. Oh, I'm going.
Of course,
I got a.
You got an extra telegram?
I have a scrapbook. I say this stuff. I don't know if they had a. It was like in the.
Yeah, let's take it out. We can just turn it.
Yeah, but this is a birthday for my parents. Sent me to my birthday when I was at boot camp. In those days, that's how a telegram looked.
That's very nice.
You just send your telegram, you know.
Battalion. So this is your group, Battalion 4,
Yeah,
Company
when I was at
14.
boot camp at Manhattan Beach, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they said. I say that. I have a little book here. It's a lot of stuff in all my years and stuff. Actually, I got. There's one more picture I got here.
Oh, another one.
This was a me about 10 years ago. I was 73 years old, something like that. I was in my late 70s. The man next to me was on the ship with me. He was a storekeeper, 2nd class, and we didn't meet each other. We never knew each other. We belonged to Legion in Old Saybrook. I lived on the shore area for a while, and he met me. He said, "Well, I was on that ship." You know, we had a big ship, a big crew. We had 4. He said, and so 2 old guys after all the years, you know. It was nice to meet, you know.
Okay. Now, it brings back to the ship. What was the food like? The food and service, you know. Did you cook the good food, or did everybody enjoy your cooking? Or?
Oh yeah, we had the good one. We went one time. I'll forget this one time. Where were we?
Did you cook like good? Did you cook?
Oh, we were in Iran. My last duty was Iran, 1945. At the end of 45, I think it was. Yeah, and Christmas or New Year's, well, we stayed there at Christmas. And there, some officers went ashore one day, and they shot a gazelle. Well, gazelle is one of the fastest running animals in the deer family in the world. But they had a Jeep, they caught up with the guy. So I was working in a galley that time, and then I had, one guy asked me to cook, asked me to help him cut the gazelle up, you know, and he knew how to butcher. He cut the like a deer, and we had make steaks and everything. We had gazelle steaks.
You end up with a whole ship?
No, just for the crew.
Oh,
just for the cooks.
Special favors for the cooks.
The cooks and the officers. The officers.
Oh, of course, can't forget the officers.
Well, the officers wanted. Well, they're the ones that shot him. They shot the. We couldn't go do that. They had gun. They wanted to shoot him at sea.
Wait, you wanted your big gun up the ship and shoot it?
No, they had sidearms or something. Their jeeps were going as fast as the gazelle would run. And they shot them. And the meat was pretty good. I tried some. I never cared for deer meat so much. I get over here. I got a one of the books of the General Richardson. This is New York. In February '46. That's when I got.
That's when you were.
I was discharged. I think
honorably discharged.
Yeah. I can read this thing here. It says it's a. The decommission of the General Richardson, AP 118, that's the number of it, 26th of November 45. No, I'm sorry, it was after that. It was 46. Anyway, they're 45. There's a letter from the captain you get from as thank you for being on the ship and the commission that I saved that from when I took a copy of it, you know. And they gave it as a gift. I can't remember what it was, though.
So this is your actual discharge papers? That's your actual discharge paper?
Yeah, I got it, but not right here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
Put that in
It's put away. I should have took it out. This is the scrapbook I had. In the scrapbook I have all my past years after I got out of service. Huh? But we're doing World War II now with that. But I'm a 50-year member of BFW, so.
Now, this might be a personal question, but did you feel stress or pressure, or do you know anybody else that felt pressured by the war or felt stressed by it?
Right. So what?
Yeah, this might be. Did you know anybody that felt pressured or stressed by the war, or were you pressured or stressed by being in the war?
No. My friends are pretty well. I made friends. The two friends of mine, the Marines. I feel that they both passed away now. I'm 84 years old now. I outlived a lot of the guys. I don't know why, but you know, and I've been a policeman. I retired from the police department a long time ago. I was a member of our police department. And I'm a 25-year quartermaster for the police BFW post. So I'm in contact with all the people. You know, all my old friends too. But one guy lost a limb, but most of the guys survived pretty good. Either they were killed, you know, or they come home and they without being wounded or anything. You know?
That's good. Did you have anything that brought you good luck, or anything like superstitions around on the ship, or anybody you knew that had like good luck and like crosses or like rabbit's feet, stuff like that?
No. But see, that was the actual combat. See, that's the whole thing. I was around it.
Did you hear like any stories
Around
about
the
what
end of
people
it, yeah.
use?
Well, you hear stories of what happened to guys, so yeah. But right offhand, I can't remember any. But, well, I could tell you stories about the people in Iran.
It's a record for the people to know about. They want to know about the war. Tell them.
Well, I mean, in Iran,
Yeah.
Iran was that was my last stop. I spent a couple of weeks over there. We was loading all the troops. We have what we call a Persian Gulf Command, PGC. And there was about 5,000, 10,000 those soldiers still left in Iran and Iraq and all around those places over there. And so we were going to load them on the ship for a week to get ready. So we were, and I could tell you stories about the people over there. It's so hot over there. It's 110 in the shade in the winter time even. Out there, Christmas and New Year's. And from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they shut everything down. All the merchants sit outside and swat flies away from their place around. They don't do nothing. It's too hot to work. So everything closes up. So I can never use that country, you know. I don't think I use it today even, you know. I have nothing against the Muslim people, but I just don't like their style. No. No.
Okay. Now going on like USO tours, so like about like entertainers. How do you guys like entertain yourselves? Anybody come on the ships or do you go somewhere else or?
See, we were moving all the time, different places. If you're stationed at one place, or if you're in a battleship that was staying in an area or a cruiser, they would come aboard, yeah. But you had to stay around for a while, one place. So I was only moving. I was either going to New York. I went to Casablanca. I was in Italy. Then I was in Iran. And things, so I didn't stay, you know. Then I was on the beach the first couple of years of the service. The last 2 years I was at sea.
Seems like your wife had better entertainers than you did.
She had better stories?
Yeah, she had better entertainers than you did. Because you were ship shopping a lot. She was stationed, so she had better entertainers. At least that's what she says. So what'd you do when you're on leave? When you had your time off on the ship? Like when you're in port? Did you go anywhere special?
Well, no. Well, I did. I tell you what, in Naples one time, yeah. I wasn't supposed to go there, but I met a girl, the Italian girl, very nice, spoke good English, and she said, you know, you guys are very nice with us. I said, why don't you go up to my mother's to get some to eat? She said, you can have dinner tonight, no? I said, well, I'm not supposed to go up there. So I was like, okay. I said, all right. I said, but okay. In Naples, the city of Naples had a cobblestone street going up like that outside. And the poorer people live up on the hill outside of Naples. So in the Navy in those days, you had all the stripes on your collar. So you take your stripes and you took them down inside your uniform. You took your white hat and you put that someplace so no whites would show.
Did you guys used to do that too?
We had, that's what I did. You had to do that if you wanted to go out of town. It was against the rules, but we went there. I had a nice, very nice dinner. A nice family she was. I'd come from, and I said, I had a bottle of wine. I don't know what it said on nothing. I couldn't read it, but the wine was good. You know, and they ever heard of pizza? They know what pizza was. You know.
Italian.
Now this is like 1945. Pizza,
I'm sure you cooked them one, right?
The what?
You didn't cook them a pizza?
No, we didn't do it.
You didn't cook them a pizza?
Yeah, no, wait a minute. I did make pizza one night. I took the dough, bread dough, we rolled it out. I got a can of tomatoes, opened them up, put the tomatoes on there, and I got the grated cheese, and I grated the cheese, put it on top. Bread dough, can of tomatoes, and it was good. We made it. And us guys who worked around there, and a couple of guys on the watch and all, but they said, we come around one night, I was on a night shift, said, hey, John, you want to make sure we're pizza some night? No. But
there was a lot of special treatment. I noticed that you would just have the private little cookout dinners. That I think that's unfair to the other people on the ship. Do you think that?
Yeah, but that always went on.
That was,
the officers' mess got the best. Hey, ask anybody to do it. How was it? You couldn't take care of everybody. So who was in the end was the end, right?
Okay. Now, any practical jokers on the ship?
Any what?
Any practical jokers on the ship?
Oh yeah, lots of them.
Pranksters? I know you probably were a prankster.
Yeah, they call it, everybody short-sheeted you. What they call short sheet. They turn your bed down. And then you go to get in bed, you couldn't lift the sheets up to get to the covers. You'd have to take all of them, pull them all out. They would short-sheeted, they call it. Something like that. But you couldn't do too much. Well, you're allowed smoking. Smoking lamp was lit or smoking lamp was out. You know, you had times you could smoke. Our biggest thing was stealing each other's cigarettes and stuff like that. A lot of guys, you know, they take your cigarettes and find them. Then maybe see later on if we pack cigarettes on your pillow or something. They gave it back to you, you know. But you couldn't do really too much. You're busy, you know.
Okay. Now, did you like any of these? Your fellow officers, your soldiers, your fellow crewmen? Anybody you had problems like?
Oh, I had a lieutenant on the Mendota. I had a lieutenant. I don't know if they made me think of it. I was saying his name was. I got him before here. I don't know. I looked up his name, but
we want to know his name at the moment. See if it comes to you.
He was my lieutenant. He was great. Took good care of me. He broke me on sea duty. He told me a lot of stuff about how to handle yourself at sea and what to do in case of emergencies and stuff like that. We were on his crew. He was our commander of about 20 or 25 of us guys. And he was real. Oh, Warlaw. His name was Warlaw. That was like Lieutenant Warlaw. Yeah, I remember that name. All these years. Yeah. I think he more stuck out more than any. The captain, because the captain of these ships, you never see him much. You know, you're not. Unless you go up there for a squad master or something to see him. Or they bring you up on charges or something. Then you see the captain, no?
Did you keep a personal diary or a log that you would?
No, I never did. No, I don't know why. Why not? I didn't have any really big things to remember. Like if I was in combat and my friends were killed or what, I think I'd be different. I would have a little notebook or something. No.
Well, I guess that's one of the benefits of not seeing that much combat. You know, that much to write about. You know, that much.
Yeah, if you're a combat man, there's got more. But there's always stories you can tell that you don't want to tell in interviews and things like this are going on. That all the bad things that were going on, you know, the things you did that you want to tell anybody about, you know, not committing for crimes, but there's a lot of stuff that went on that you don't want in writing, you know.
Okay. And we got 3 dates for you to remember. The first one, VD Day.
Yeah.
The
VD Day?
Yeah, we're D-Day. Where were you on D-Day?
D-Day, I was with the Mendota. It was overnight. I'll never forget that. I went up the Potomac River. We were going back, like I told you, we were going to decommission it. We were going to bring it back. Well, I wasn't decommission. We were going to bring it back for repairs, you know, and leave it at Curtis Bay, Maryland. But on the way to Maryland, I don't know how we went to Potomac River. We stopped near Washington. And so my ship was off. I was lucky. I was the cook, and my cook ship was off. You got 12 hours off. You're going to sit below shore. So where was I? All of a sudden, it comes over the radio and all stuff there that the war has ended. The European war ended, VD. VE Day it is.
No, D-Day was when we went into France and then...
Oh, not D-Day. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the end of the war.
No. I went D-Day first.
Oh, D-Day. I didn't know what D-Day because I was on the shore over here.
So,
yeah.
so you're talking about VE Day then?
Well, VE Day was the next thing, yeah. I thought that's what you meant. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
VE Day was when I was there, you know. And then they announced that the war with the European war was over. So Washington was mad. The city of Washington, D.C. was crazy. There were so many service people in Washington, D.C.
The streets.
Yeah.
Was the same thing for VJ Day too, or?
No, VJ Day.
Was Victory in Japan? Was the same like?
Yeah, I know VJ Day.
Was the same like galore?
VJ Day. I was in New York. I don't know why. I happened to be there. What was it, between shippers or something? I had Liberty, but I was in Times Square. Oh, it was fun in Times Square. Everything. The girls were kissing you. Everything running around. Grandma with a sailor suit on. Oh, you know. I saw pictures of that now in the papers and stuff. Of the, you know, that's where I was. Times Square. What a place to be.
And just a couple more things about before. Your take on Hitler and the Germans, and a little bit about the Japanese. Anything you want to?
Well, I was more involved with Hitler than not so much the Japanese. The Germans, from what I can get, or what I know of them, that we had visitors, I talked to German prisoners and stuff like that. They were a more decent people than the Japs were. The Japs were mean people.
The Japanese.
Yeah. So all my friends have told me anything happened to them. I'll let you do it. My wife, she told you something about.
But time death march.
About.
She knew some
And it's true. You know, I say, don't buy a Japanese car. They make the best cars around now. But you know, I know people they won't buy a Japanese car. Some guys from World War II. Believe me.
That's funny.
And that death march in Japan. I don't even get involved with that thing. You know?
We don't have to. We don't want to.
It's like a prejudice for me, like, you know.
That's fine. If you don't want to go, I want to go there. Okay.
No.
Okay. When was this? What year did your service end?
What?
What year did your service end? Your commitment to the Coast Guard. What year did you finally get out?
You know what? I was discharged. I didn't know my wife at the time, but I was discharged the same day as her.
Oh well.
February 1946.
Wow. And where were you when you, like, where'd you go after you?
Well, we had to go, if I lived in New England, I had to come back to Boston. We discharged out of Boston, New Chambers to Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, because it was the Naval District, the first Naval District, New York.
So, did you come straight home after you got this?
Yeah, they gave. I got papers for that thing too. I should have took all these things out. I still save them. I think they gave me about $8.46 or something like that to go home. That's what the train cost.
Was that a lot of money back then, though?
No, after that. But this money they gave me to go home, they gave me money to get the train. From Boston to Hartford, the train was about $8, something like that. That's what I got, from Boston to Hartford. But then, whatever money I left from my pay, I got that, I feel.
That's good. Now, you said you became a policeman after the war. Did you try to use the GI Bill, or you just didn't want to go to school? You just wanted to be a cop right after you got out?
Yeah, before I went to service, I worked as in a travel insurance company. My father was there tuning at a job. That was my last job. But I got back and I was a clerk, and I said, this is no place for me, I said, I'm not going to stay here. So I went down and got my application in the city hall and stuff. So I got accepted on the police department. So it didn't take, I only stayed in about 90 days of the travels after the war. And then I went to the police
academy. You went to the academy?
Yeah.
Did you make any close friends during the war? Did they join you in the police academy, or you met them up after the war, or you still talk to some of them?
No, what happened there, there was two guys on Hartford on my ship. I know. One guy is Joe St. Aureli, his name was. Yeah, he was on a ship with me on Richardson. And he was a couple years younger than me. But I went on the police force before he did. He comes on a couple years later. I worked with him for a little while. No, we were both on the same ship. Yeah.
That's good.
But some of my friends were pre-war friends. Became policemen too.
So you still keep in touch with them? Like, do you still talk to anybody that's from the war that you met during the war or out of the war, anything like that?
No, not too much after. Well, we were a close-knit group from Frog Hollow, guys. And, no, after we had our own gang over there, we all met. And the guy who lost his foot, he was there. He had an artificial foot. He'd come every Sunday after church, and it'd be about 12 or 14 guys on the corner where we used to hang around before the war. Then we met our girls, and we moved around, got married. But we just tell ourselves war stories. We went around different places, but most of us came back.
A couple more things because we're getting ready to close up. Tell us about like the American Legion VFW and about what happened. Like you got married.
Well, I could give another 45 minutes on the VFW, but we'll drop that.
No, you can just talk about. Just like some general. Why'd you join it, or you're still active with it, stuff like that.
Here's how I came back from the service after the war. I became a policeman. So the first time I went to the police station, after I got a police academy, I went down to go to work. Something this guy said, "You serve overseas, did you?" Yeah, I said I was overseas. Okay, give me $3. You're in a VFW for the street. Let me see a discharge. I bring my discharge in. Give him $3. Okay, you're in a Hartford police post. We had our own poster. In fact, I found out that in 1937, this post was formed by World War I veterans who were policemen from the previous war. They wanted their own police department VFW post. And there was about 30 of them guys, I guess, and they all joined. And a guy named Jack Breen, he was a commander. He was a state commander from that project. And my chief at the time, Mike Godfrey.
And are you the commander in your VFW?
Yeah, I was commander a couple of years there at VFW. I was commander there twice. But then I went to work around the state. And I was a state, what do you call it, a district commander for the state for VFW. Then I got other officers and I went around. We traveled all the conventions and everything, you know. And I became, I'm actually a 50-year member now.
And still growing. And just a really important question. How do you feel about war now? And did the war change your life experiences, or are you still in favor of war? Or?
Well, not in favor of, but we have to, any veteran, World War II veteran you interview and say, we was a war at the end of all wars. But we didn't do it. We were all there, we were young kids, we go gung-ho, everything like that. We never made it. So there's Korea. Okay, that was an undeclared war. That didn't work either. Then Vietnam. And so, Vietnam wasn't as bad as people they put it to be. We didn't treat the guys from Vietnam like they said they got treated by veterans of World War II or something like that. But that's a big story.
That's for another interview.
That's for another time,
Anything you want to add that we didn't cover that you just popped in your head or anything?
No, I don't think so. I covered everything. I had a great career in the police department, 27 years, and I retired. I've been retired. I retired since I'm 50 years old from the police department, and I'm an old guy. And then
Do you contribute the Coast Guard experience to help how it evolved you to a cop, or to help that evolve?
Oh, I think it helped. You helped me. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. To try, would have to deal with people. I deal with people all over the world in my travels. I mean, Casablanca, also when they're the French, and I spoke a little bit of French. Then in Italy, and then Iran, and I couldn't talk to them, but they speak their language. But over here, after that, it was, see, my life, and people don't know me, and you're my grandson doing this interview, you know how I feel that there's always somebody treat people like you want to be treated. PR, public relations. When I was on the police department, public relations I used, right? And that's how it ended.
Just want to thank you very much for doing the interview with the Library of Congress. We very much.
I'd like to thank CCSU and all that for President. We had a luncheon for the college, and the people all treated me nice there, all the teachers, and it was very nice.
Thank you very much, John Donovan, and that will be a wrap.
All right, thank you.